Summary of Corporate Aikido. Unleash the potential within your company to neutralize competition and seize growth. By Robert Pino. The philosophy of Aikido. Businesses have often acted upon the belief that marketing is war, based on the philosophy that you must eliminate your competitors to win. Competition is valuable in stimulating improvement and in spurring companies to be innovative. However, this is a process in which none of the competitors have to lose. Instead of thinking about destroying your competition, think about surpassing it. Your results will be better. Focusing on making the strength of the competitor redundant is a much more effective, enduring strategy than trying to destroy the competitor by attacking its weak areas. This is a more ethical approach, since your company will win based on its inner strength, not on eliminating the competition. This approach derives from the philosophy of Aikido. Aikido comes from the three words, Ari, coordination or harmony, Ki, mental energy or spirit, and Do, method or way. This philosophy focuses on seeking harmony of mental energy or spirit. This approach is useful in management, as well as in the martial arts. With this approach, you should welcome competition, rather than being afraid of it. Competition contributes to improvement by stimulating progress and growth. It leads companies to come up with new products and technological developments, and to expand and improve themselves. How the Aikido style applies to business. A higher meaning underlies Aikido's defensive approach to martial arts. The meaning is based on aligning the three parts of the self, spirit, mind, and body. In business, the organization corresponds to the body, its strategy and culture correspond to the mind, and its mission corresponds to the spirit. If you can balance all three components, your company will be balanced, which gives it an intrinsic strength. When you come from strength, you believe in your abilities. You seek an absolute victory, which is a victory over yourself, instead of a relative victory, which defeats someone else. Your goal in defending yourself against competitors should not be to destroy them, but to lead or neutralize the opponent. Then, you will be able to turn the opponent's strength against himself. Aikido masters do this in a calm and calculated manner, and so should you. You can also use the smooth, fluid approach of Aikido in business. The movements used by the Aikido master have a flow. Through repeated practice, you can achieve this flow in the way your business processes work. In Aikido, training begins with training the spirit. Thus, you need to start by changing your attitude and thinking, so this approach becomes incorporated in everything you do. You can integrate Aikido into your company if you have clarity about your purpose, mission, and core values. Using the Aikido fighting style to strengthen your company. The traditional code of the Aikido warrior provides a good model for the best way of winning when you compete. The three ways of winning are, winning after fighting, fighting after winning, and winning without fighting. The best is winning without fighting, because then no one loses. In the business world, you apply this strategy when you seek to perfect yourself by fundamental, clever, and creative strategies. Then, when you engage in a match, everyone can win. The winner may win the match, but the loser wins by gaining new experience, so in the long run, all parties win. In business, three other key principles of Aikido fighting are important. 1. An Aikido-based strategy is reflexive and defensive, since it is designed to defend against an unprovoked attack by your competitor. So rather than trying to attack your opponent's weakest areas, focus on how you can make his strengths redundant. For example, Dell did this when it started direct marketing computers. Rather than trying to compete against the already established distribution channels of big computer companies like IBM and Apple. 2. An Aikido-based strategy is based on having a center of gravity, which is the inner strength or key of a company. This center of gravity is your organization's position, ning, which has been built up over a period of time through your company's life cycle. This is what makes each company unique, with a kind of specific genetic coding or DNA. Find your inner strength to achieve your ultimate objectives, rather than think about winning or losing. 3. An Aikido-based strategy emphasizes evading an attack through displacement and encircling. For example, instead of competing against a product by reducing your price or introducing a cheaper brand, You might introduce a more expensive brand that undermines the credibility of the competitor's relationship between price and quality. This way you add value and increase the perceived benefit to your consumer. Applying harmony and coordination, (ARI), to your business. Often, traditional competitive strategies suffer from erosion, such as an evolution to a lower cost level. If you differentiate your product to get a competitive advantage, you might create only a new frame of reference, where your product's new extras become standard in the future and you lose that distinctiveness. When you engage in force-to-force competitions, you end up with a race without a finish, such as in the escalation of the cola wars between Coca-Cola and Pepsi-Cola. By contrast, instead of competing head-to-head with your competitor, seek a do-it-your-own-way strategy. Make your plans by balancing your mission, strategy, and organization, paralleling Aikido's spirit, mind, and body principles. If each company proceeds on its own path, as Aikido teaches, there is no failure or success. There is just a result, which always leads to growth. This approach expands the pie for everyone, including your competitors. It can even open the door to convergence, where companies collaborate on certain activities so each achieves its objectives. For instance, Microsoft and Intel converged when they began working together on marketing software and computer chips. You are competing on two levels, on the basis of both functional and emotional values. When you compete based on your technology or your physical product, functional competition triggers increased growth in new technologies. It also makes old technologies obsolete. Thus, you need a competitive strategy that is dynamic and evolves as time goes on, so you can respond to functional competition. At the same time, you are also competing in the realm of emotional values. These values are based on what the product does for the consumer and for the brand, as well as on how the consumer feels about the product and your company. Your brand itself combines the product's technical and functional qualities, while the brand image reflects the emotional feeling people have about it. Consider both elements when you make the competitor's strength redundant. For instance, Nike accomplished this when it used its "Just Do It" swoosh logo campaign, in combination with alliances with celebrity sports figures to compete on a whole new level in the sporting shoes category. Think about business systems and chains when you compete. Improving your systems can reduce your costs and add value to your product. You can also increase your competitive strength by distinguishing your abilities and activities throughout the distribution chain. Consider ways to collaborate with other companies somewhere along the chain, from production to consumer purchase. Building the inner energy or strength, key, of your business. Now you have set a goal, harmonizing spirit, mind, and body through aligning the structure, strategy, culture, and mission of your organization to compete against your opponents. Next, you need to think about ways to build your inner energy or strength. This will contribute to creating more harmony and alignment in your company. Building your inner strength helps you redefine what your business is all about so you can continuously improve and stay ahead. It will help you anticipate any attacks, so you can respond correctly. You will, in effect, lead your opponent and be ready to defend yourself as needed. For instance, Howard Schultz, the CEO of Starbucks, did this when he recognized the potential of establishing Italian coffee bars in the United States. Each company has a key or reason for being, which includes its norms and values. To identify this key, ask a series of why questions that penetrate to your company's inner core or DNA. Once you know this inner spirit or energy, you can make better strategic choices based on knowing who you are and why. This knowledge is particularly important for creating unity among all the individuals in the company. They can come together behind an underlying driving force. Draw on this inner spirit to shape all aspects of your strategy, including positioning, advertising, branding, and culture. Develop your physical infrastructure, which includes your organizational structure, human resources, and operational processes, to support this underlying spirit. In this way, you will promote balance and alignment of your mission, strategy, and resources. Recognizing your inner strength helps you make more synergistic decisions. For instance, if you identify a product you make that isn't a part of your central mission, it may be better to separate it from your organization. For instance, you could outsource its manufacture. If you find the right manufacturer, perhaps a specialist, you could even save money and increase the quality of your item. Choosing your strategy. Once you have clarified your mission and employed the principles of harmony and balance, you are better positioned to select the particular strategy or tactics you want to use. Now, you are starting from a position of strength. You trust yourself and your organization because you have inner positive energy and the right infrastructure. To choose the best strategy, gather the relevant information. Create scenarios where you assess possible attacks and responses. Focus on having a self-confident mindset, so you can calmly and confidently deal with any challenges. Balance your company's demand-generating processes with its demand-fulfilling processes. This may help you save money while increasing value to the customer. You can make your company a chain sensei, which means it has developed the ability to optimally combine dedication with synergy, and thus direct the chain. Set goals for your company on 3 levels. Progress goals, affecting growth, innovations, and improvements. Economic goals, affecting profit, costs, and such factors as employee turnover. Social goals, affecting your human resource policies. Use these goals to decide which core values to promote, how to steer your company, and what actions will help your organization grow.